Hello, ladies. In today's episode, I'm going to help you create a powerful meditation practice in 3 simple steps. Let's go. Welcome, ladies, to the Life Mastery for Women podcast. I'm Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind, your host. This is where we go to learn to master our life one nugget at a time. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you meditating regularly. If you're not meditating regularly, then it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Today's episode, we're going to talk about why it's important to start a meditation practice, what the obstacles might be, and how you can begin to start today and start to see physical transformations begin to happen. When we begin a meditation practice, most of the time we don't have any idea what we're doing because we think it should be harder than it is. In the steps that I'm giving you today, it's going to seem very simple, but when you begin to practice, when you begin to open up and trust, you're going to start to see things shifting in your life. And that's what we want. I don't know, when I'm meditating, when I'm connecting to my intuition and I'm going deep in my subconscious mind and I'm starting to shift and change and overcome limiting beliefs and all of the stuff from my past and my whole entire almost 51 years on this planet. And I'm like, I want to see things. I want to see things and experience things out in the world so I know that what I'm doing is working. I want that feedback. I want to know that I'm doing the right thing. I don't want to wait 55 years to find out if I'm doing it right. Okay? And I don't think you do either. So if we start with why we begin a meditation practice, by the time you get to be, anywhere near 40, you start to realize that what you're doing isn't working. That you are pushing the physical world around out in front of you. You are engaging incessantly with the external world. And you're just like, dude, I'm kind of getting tired. Like, this isn't working. Something's not right. It is in that intuitive nudge that we begin to shift our attention from the outside to the inside. We start to go, okay, this isn't working. There's got to be a better way. And I'm starting to hear about meditation and I'm starting to see it everywhere and I'm starting to hear people talking about it. And this was something that was like thousands of years ago that the Tibetan monks did. And it's just not something I don't understand. What is it? There's a science. But before we get into the science, let's talk about the why. When you get to a place in your life that you realize there's more, I'm heading where they used to say over the hill, right? I'm cresting the hill and my life is making its way and it's known and I've experienced a lot of things in my life and I've thrown things around out in the world and I'm like, okay, here's where I'm at. What's happening? Why is my life not getting better? Why is my health declining? Why am I gaining weight? Why am I my money is not growing. My relationships aren't deeper. I'm not creating like I thought I could. Like there's this little seed in this little flame inside of me that was growing and now it's kind of diminished. The why is what begins that journey. When you talk to somebody and they are deep in their crap, they're deep in their emotional turmoil, they're deep in their physical ailments, they're deep in that, and you go, hey, do you want to shift that? And they're like, no, there's no way to shift it. They're closed off. If you're listening to this podcast, you're starting to open up. You're starting to ask the question, like, what else is there? How do I get to this other place, this elevated place that I think is in existence? How do I get there? And then when you start to ask why is my life like this? What do I got to do? How do I got to change? And I'm going to try something different. You start to open the door. You start to open the internal door and the journey that you begin. That's like now cue big serendipitous music in the background, big classical orchestrated music. Cue that, because this is when the slow motion, you're walking and the big castle doors open out to the outside, across the drawbridge, out into the field where your horse is waiting for you to begin your journey. We have to be warriors in life. We have to guard ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. We have to put our gear on. We have to practice. We have to arm ourselves with the knowledge and with the tasks and the experience and the activities to begin this process. And so the why is because we want something more in life. We want health. We want wealth. We want deeper connections. We want to create our life. There's a science in that. There's a science in meditation. There's a science in your subconscious mind. There's a science behind your thinking. There's a science in working with energy. Every single thing starts with a thought. Everything. Everything starts with a thought. Everything is energy, and everything that gets created from that thought gets created through this energy. What? What are you talking about? There's this energy substance that is this invisible. It's this gap in our thoughts. It's the space between our words. And it is in that energy that we get to create from. But we have to work with it. And that's the science. That's the science of meditation. I'm not going to go too deep in that. I don't want to blow your mind out of the water, but I want to glaze over it a little bit before your eyes glaze over. I want to glaze over it a little bit to just give you that this is not just some hokey dokey, pokey stuff. There's science here. The energy, this is what Newton's laws, Einstein, and our current Joe Dispenza diving deep into the neuroscience of the energy, the body, the subconscious, the waves, the wavelengths, the frequency. This is not just this far-fetched idea. So the why becomes, what do you want? We have to start there, and it has to be big. So turn your brain off right now. Turn your brain off right now and start thinking about what it is you want. Turn all the beliefs off, turn all the past off. The past is in the past. Even if it was 10 minutes ago, it's gone, it's over, it's done, it's in the past. You are a speedboat and you turn around and the jet stream, the waves, they're behind you. We don't look behind us. It's past, it's back there. We look in front of us at this clear blue sea of possibilities. So I want you to just stop for a moment. I want you to close the tabs in the mental of your mind. And I want you to close your eyes, bring your awareness to in your body. Feel how your body feels. Sit in your seat, lay on the couch, feel your body touching the furniture. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor. Feel your back, feel your butt in the seat, feel your feet on the floor. Breathe in deeply. Oh, it feels so good to just get centered. And when I get centered, I get present. I'm in this moment. Be here right now with me, with my voice. Call back all of the problems, the doubts, the worries that are all stretched out into the world away from you. That's all energy. Your thoughts over there at work, your problems with your kids, your spouse, your coworkers, your boss, all the worries, the doubts, all the fears that are out away from you, that is useful energy that is being expended, and it's being wasted out there. Pull it in. Call back your energy. Feel it all calling back into your heart, being here with me right now with my voice. And while you're here in the space, take a moment to dream. Take a moment to go bigger, go big. What do you want from your life? And I want you to start the sentence with the words, what if? What if my job was amazing? What if my boss was spectacular? What if my relationships were deeper? What if my money flowed to me freely and easily? What if my health was optimum? What if I felt like on cloud 9 every day? What if what Jen is telling me is true? What if I can create the life that I want to live? That what if statement allows you to play with energy and allows you to be pulled forward versus pushing yourself through life. You want something that's out here in the future that is non-existent, that is non-manifest out in front of you, that it is so powerful and so yummy and so delicious that it's going to pull you forward easily. Easily. Life should be easy, but still we just keep struggling. We just keep getting into chest deep water and just pulling and pushing and struggling and flailing about. Well, now we're going to call back our energy and we're going to start specifically putting our energy where we want it to go. So how do we do that? So the why is the big thing. So you're going to work on that on your own. You're going to think of the big dream. You're going to start kind of taking the lid off and go, what do I want? What if my life was like this? And I want you to paint me a picture. And I want you to leave doubt behind you. Leave the fears on the floor. Put everything back there and go, this is what I want. I want this thing. I don't know how I'm going to get it, and that's okay. I want this thing. I want to be a millionaire. I want to reach thousands and thousands and thousands of people on my podcast. I want to impact lives. I want to elevate all of humanity. That's me. That's my dream. That's going to pull me forward. That's what gets me up in the morning. That's what gets me moving. That's what gets me creating and asking and trying to share my knowledge with you, because I know that if you're listening to this, you are linking arms with me and we are running through this life together. I am standing right here next to you, linking arms going, you can do it. You deserve it. And you're worth it. And I will continue to believe in you until you do, because I've got your back. Okay? So the why is what you have to work on. Now, the what. This is meditation, and it's going to be hard. The hard part is the overcoming of the habits of the doing, and interacting with the environment. That is the hardest part. But if you can make it into a game, if you can make it fun, then you're going to win, because life should be fun. And in order to win what we want, we have to start putting out and projecting the emotional state that we want to feel after the finish line. So whatever that why is that's out in front of you, I need to feel that first. It is in that thought that goes out, that emotional state is what is pulling it for me, in that magnetism. That is what's going to pull it towards me and pull me towards it. It's going to cut the time in half. But I got to push my emotion out there. That's what creates the magnetism. I can't just say it in my mind. I can't just say it out loud. I've got to feel it. And it is in that emotional state that is going to send out and attract the thing that I want. That's where things get created, is through your heart center. So it is in that connection. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But it's in that connection that is what's attracting the thing to you. Now, when we are setting down to do this, I have to send my thoughts and my emotions out there first. Nothing gets created without thought first. It's created by somebody. You might be experiencing somebody else's creation, but it gets created by thought first. Okay? So I go, okay, in order to create this thing, I have to think it. I can't think about what I already have because I'm just recreating that. I'm keeping that thing here. I want to create something new. So it means I have to think something new. Okay. And Jen says, I need to put in some emotional work. That's going to be the attraction. That is turning on and turning up the magnet. When I turn on and turn up the magnet, that is what's bringing it to me. Now, I do that through my emotions. So I have to put that out there in front of me before the thing shows up. It is not going to, maybe sort of on accident. It's maybe not going to stay. And it maybe happens on accident. But if you want to create on purpose, if you want to live a life with purpose, this is the work. Now, when you get to do those two things, that's the practice. When you do those two things, the thought goes out in front of you, the emotional state gets charged, then the rest is kind of riding the wave, looking for signs, and listen to this, ignoring your environment. You must learn. You must. This is pivotal in your creation. You must ignore the environment. So we're getting right into that's the what. Okay. So I have to put my thoughts, I have to put my emotions out in front of me. I have to feel the thing and think about the thing as if it's already happened. Because if I feel like it's already happened, then I can feel it. I can go into my imagination. I can go into this meditative state. I can engage with that new environment in my mind. So much so that I can feel it in my body. When I can do that, now the rest is a little bit of a cakewalk, sort of, because it's coming. When you have a knowing in that knowing, that is your percentage of your confidence. If I come out of a meditative state and I go, this is never going to work, you're at 0%. If I come out of that meditative state and it is easy for me to ignore what people are saying, how the house looks, what my spouse is doing, all of the traffic, my boss, all of the stuff, then you got it. You're 100%. And 100%, that thing is showing up in a very, very short period of time. But the percentage of you being in that knowing space has to be higher than 51%. Because if you're at 50% of doubt and 50% of knowing, you're teetering, things are kind of coming and going, it's kind of showing up and then it's not, you're getting close, but it's not working. You want to be over the 50%. Okay? Read Malcolm Gladwell's Tipping Point. It has to get all the way over. Okay? You guys been to the Great Wolf Lodge? The big giant bucket that's filling with water? How many drops does it take? It's the same exact amount of drops of water in that bucket that tips it over. And I don't know how many it is. It's a lot. But right at the base, if it, let's say it's 3 million. I have zero idea. This is 3 million. If I have 2,999,999, it is not going to flip over. One more drop tips it over. That's the tipping point. So when I am thinking about the thing that I want, it needs to be a knowing. It needs to be confident. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. I just have to keep aligning with it. That becomes the work. And it can be kind of fun if you play it as a game. That's the what. Now, the how. These are the 3 steps. You can meditate anywhere, anytime, any place, any time of day, any length of time, anything you want, right? You can sit in any position, you can, whatever you want, whatever's comfortable. Act like you've done it before. Act like you've done this and you could sit here, you could be in your car, inside, outside, standing, sitting, laying down, whatever you want. The point is the work, the internal, inside work. You have to call back all your energy, because if I have a whole bunch of energy out away from me, how much energy do I have left to create? If I have all these worries and doubts and fears, and I'm thinking of this and worrying about that and doubting this and afraid of that, I don't have enough energy to create. So the very first thing, step 1, is to call back your energy. Get it back to you. You want to have your energy bucket is full and ready to create. I can't do that if I'm split. Okay, if you're suffering from anxiety, call your energy back. You have too much energy out away from you and not enough. The energy body is like feeling like it's leaving the body, creates this fear in your physical body. And your mind goes, oh my God, I'm about to die. Well, you have to call back your energy. And once you learn how to do that, then you're like, well, I've been anxious my whole entire life. I had no idea. I had no effing idea. And I've been taking medication and I've been going to therapy and I've been blaming my mother. But what I need to do is call back my energy. And when I learn to do that, anxiety goes away. Are you flapping kidding me? I do it all the time. Right? My energy goes in all these different directions. I'm running a business. I have 3 kids, but 2 of them are at home. We got a crazy schedule. We got a holy moly and all this stuff. And here come the holidays and all whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my energy is everywhere. And I start to feel that in my upper chakras, my energy starts to elevate my upper chakras. And I'm like, screw that. No way. Call it back. Wind it up like, you ever seen cotton candy being made? You know, they take the little inner tube, it's not an inner tube, but the cone, the cardboard cone in the middle, and they spin it and they like wind up the cotton candy. It's like that. You just like take your arm up in the air and circle it around, calling back your energy, and breathe it into your heart. Close the mental tabs. We live in a society where we have 1,000 tabs open and somehow that makes us successful. Couldn't be further from the truth. Focus on one thing at a time. Call back your energy. The next step 2, is to connect. Now, connecting is where your awareness has to grow. This is where the journey part is. You know, you mounted the horse at the end of the drawbridge and you're ready to go and you have your shield and your sword and all your stuff and your gear and whatever. And now you called back your energy, got all your stuff. You got your experience, you got your goal, you know what you're doing, okay. The next step is the connecting and you go, okay, where do I go? Do I go straight? Do I go left? I'm like standing at an intersection at the end of the drawbridge. I don't know what direction to go. Okay. So as you begin, if you've never done this before, this is going to be a journey for you. This is going to be a journey. Now, it's a journey inward. So first, what I would recommend is that you go in and you just start playing around with the inside of how you think, what your thoughts do, how your mind works, how your body feels, the sensations in your body, and keep doing that. If you are beginner, you've never done this, you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have not connected, you've not opened your heart space, you have no idea the energy that feels in your body, you don't know what balanced chakras feel like, that's okay. You're just starting at the beginning. But here, start. That's what I say. It doesn't matter where you're at in the timeline, start. Okay? So bring your awareness to behind your eyes. How I start with that. Bring your awareness behind your eyes. Feel your awareness there. Feel your energy. Now move your awareness around your body, but on the inside of your body. So when I say put your attention on your toe, you, as if your eyes are open, are looking at the outside of your foot, looking at your toe. I want you to go on the inside. Feel your toe from the inside. So it's that feeling the sensation, like when you stub your toe, you feel the pain on the inside of your body, right? I want you to bring your awareness inward like that. Don't stub your toe and don't create pain. Go inward and feel your body from there and bring your awareness to there. And then move it around. What about your left knee? What about your right hip, your left elbow, your right ear? And just move it around. And you're beginning to wake up the soul to being aware of how certain things feel on the inside. The sensations, the awareness, the focus. It gives you the ability to focus. Do this for longer periods of time. Now, if you are past that stage and you can easily do that, then what you're going to do is your focus is on your heart. And you're going to create something. Now, this is all on you. You're going to create something that says, I want to connect. I want to connect to my intuition, or I want to connect to God or source energy or your higher self. I want to connect. And you're going to focus on your heart. And in that connection, it's like you're opening the line of communication. So sometimes you can say the words like open or desire or connect or something like that, that allows you to feel that connection open. So do you know what it feels like when you're on the phone and the line is not open? Like, you remember old landlines? You pick up the phone. If you have the hang up button down, you can tell the line's not open, but as soon as you open it, and not because there's a busy signal, let's pretend that the line is open at the other end, that you can tell it's open. When you connect energetically, you will be able to tell. If you're sitting here and you're practicing and you're like, okay, Jen, I don't know if I'm connected or not, then the answer is you're not, because you will know when you're connected. Okay. Just like when you were younger and you're like, what does it feel like to be in love? And your mom just gave you different ideas of what love felt like to her, but you know when you know. So it's like that. I connect through my heart space. I believe that is the connection, because that is the bridge between the physical world and the spiritual world. That is the bridge in the chakras between the root, sacral, and solar plexus that are grounded in the physical world. Then there's the heart, which is the bridge. And then the throat, the third eye, and the crown are all in the spiritual realm. And that's the other side of the bridge. The heart is the connection. So me as a human who wants to have certain experiences while I'm on this planet, I am needing to connect through my heart, because I don't want to just experience this thing in the spiritual world. I want to experience this thing in the physical world as well. I can live in my brand new, big, giant, cool house in my head, but I want that house to manifest into my existence. Right? I want the relationship to manifest into my existence. I want the job. I want the excitement. I want the travel. Okay? So it's in my heart. So when I connect and I'm using my mind to focus and I'm getting in that place, that quiet space, in the space where things are created, that's where the connection, and you feel the connection open. And what happens to me is it's like this circular trap door, and it's kind of got this spiral center. And when I connect, that spiral center like circulates and opens the hole in the middle of my heart chakra. And now it's open. That's what it feels like to me. From there, the next step is to visualize the thing that you want. Now, the trick, the visualizing the thing that you want is going to be in a space that creates the emotional state of already having it. That's the trick. Don't come from a place of lack. Come from a place of, there it is. Walk right through this door and there's your stuff. Whatever it is that you want, whatever you want to create. Better health, then picture yourself as if you already have better health. What are you doing? Who are you with? What is your experience now that the ailment is gone? What are you going to do? Are you going to get up and run? Are you playing with your kids? Are you traveling? Are you walking? Are you without pain? Are you sleeping better? Are you golfing? What are you doing? Create that. And in that space where the hole is open, you are inputting and embedding the emotional state of the thing that you want. So if you're going in there and you're going in there with desperation or lack, you're going to create more of that. This space is extremely powerful. It's like a portal, but the password is, what's the emotional state you want to feel? So you have to do everything you can in that emotional state or in that imagination to create the emotion that you want to feel. If you want to feel love, if you want to be in love, if you want to marry your best friend, even if that person, you don't even know that person, go there in your mind and feel it fully. That, my friends, is exactly what we're going to do when we begin this process, this journey inward. This is the work. We go, okay, these are the things. I need to call back my energy. I need to connect. I need to visualize the thing that I want. And your bonus step is, once you come out of that very, very powerful meditation, it's going to take you some practice to get there, but it's worth it. Once you come out of that powerful meditation, your bonus step number 4, you have to ignore that the thing is not there immediately in that physical world. You have to ignore your environment. And you are so excited. Here's a really good example. Have you ever had a job where you that you didn't like, and then in the meantime, somewhere in this job, you go and find a new job, better pay, maybe it's a better location, the job itself is amazing, you did the interview, you feel on cloud 9, oh my gosh, I'm so in alignment, this is so perfect, I'm so excited, and then you go back to your boss and you put in your 2 weeks notice. When you put in your 2 weeks notice, what do you notice about those 2 weeks? For one, they kind of fly by. For two, you don't really care about how the coworkers or the customers or the clients or the patients or whatever you work with or your boss is talking or treating you. You're like on cloud 9 because in 2 weeks, I'm going to be leaving this place and going to this new place. It's exciting. It's invigorating. It's a knowing. I'm leaving here soon. Oh, I've got 9 more days. Oh, geez, I have 3 more days. And you're like, you just don't care about that environment. You still do your job. You still show up. You still do what is expected. But you're like, I'm freaking on cloud 9. Anything you say just rolls off my back. That's how you want to be when you come out of these meditative states. And if you come out and you are in doubt, go back and do it again. If you come out of your meditative state and you still feel doubt about the thing, you did not connect or you did not conjure up enough or the strength of that emotional state. So let me say that again. You get into that meditative state and you connect and you visualize, but you come out, you wake up and you step into your present experience and you are immediately full of doubt. You didn't do it good enough. That's it. Just like riding your bike and you fell over. It doesn't mean the bike is stupid and you don't ever have balance and you're never going to learn to ride a bike. You just have to get back on and try it again. You just aren't good enough yet. You just aren't. I was watching a Joe Dispenza video. This was several months ago. And he was talking about a girl who's doing that. She's like, I tried and I did it, whatever, in 7 days and nothing in my life is the same. And he goes, you're just not good enough yet. You're just not an Olympic meditator yet. You have to practice. You have to get in there. You have to do it. And I tell my students, dude, if you want something so bad, meditate several times a day for even a few minutes. Just connect, get in there several times a day, and just connect. Just keep practicing, keep going. Now, if this was a lot of information for you, you know what to do. Send me an email, say, let's talk, and let me help you. Let me guide you. Let me be your accountability coach. I also want to say that. I want to be your teacher to help you and to kind of keep you guided on this journey. Wow, that may have felt like a lot of information in today's episode, but if you're looking for support and a deeper knowledge of what we talked about today, then let's connect. You can learn more about how I work and how you can work with me. Send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. And in the meantime, you can join my online Facebook community, Lady Rising, and mention that you came in through the podcast. I look forward to supporting you and connecting with you there.